Coming to you straight from the heart of Nashville. From the media room at Music City Center to downtown Broadway, it's CMA Fest 2026. Here's Roger the Wild Child and Baby Daisy.
All right, guys, and welcome. Give me 1 second here. Let me go ahead and mute this. Okay, here we go. We're getting some feedback there for a second.
All right.
Anyways, welcome. It is time to bring on Austin Mackay. It's not Mackay, even though that's how it's spelled. He corrected me before we even started. So, just so you all know that
Had to get ahead of the curve there.
you do. Listen
right.
to his voice. It's Australian roots, huh?
I love it.
Absolutely. Born and bred.
Really? What
Yep.
part?
Newcastle. For anyone that's unfamiliar, it's about 2 hours north of Sydney.
Okay.
Yep.
Sweet.
So, what brought you to Nashville?
Well, CMA Fest, of course. I played my first ever official CMA set yesterday on the Spotlight stage. I've spent a fair bit of time here in Nashville, but my first ever CMA Fest, so I'm really excited.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
welcome. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
great. I was actually meant to be out here for CMA Fest last year, but a lot of the immigration stuff was going down.
Oh,
and
yeah, I
Yes.
can imagine.
I got sent back home, unfortunately.
Really?
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's definitely not
It's
good.
not good. So I watched all of my friends play CMA Fest through an iPhone back home.
Aw.
But I went up and recorded some new music, and
There you
all
go.
is good. And I've been back plenty of times since, so
Yeah.
all is well.
Tell us about that. The latest single, "Find the Light."
So my new single, "Find the Light," it's the third single off a record that I'm working on at the moment. It's a song about getting out and seeing the world with your own two eyes. I feel like we forget way too often that we just live our lives through a mobile phone screen, and like it's quite easy to
Absolutely.
forget the beauty that's actually around us and
Mhm.
like the beauty in human connection. I feel like that's kind of lost on people. So that's kind of my reminder to myself that, there's so much around us, and just look up every once in a while.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So, how's your songwriting process when you sit there and you're like, yeah, this is what I'm going to write the song about? I mean, is it by personal experiences or is it just,
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, it's a bit of both. Like, I'm still quite young. I'm 24, so I feel like I haven't like experienced everything that life has to offer at my age. So like I take a lot from, my parents and my friends and my family around me, and like I
Yeah.
try to relate my songs to things that are going on in my own or my friends' lives, right? And I think that is the biggest way to be able to connect with other people is to just write songs that are human. And I'm kind of a folk singer-songwriter, so it's like storytelling is at the root of my songwriting,
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So it's very personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what drew you to country music and folk?
Well, my mum and dad listened to that stuff around the house. Like, and not a lot of people know that like Australia actually has a massive country music scene. But my mum and dad around the house would listen to Kenny Rogers and Shania Twain. And
Mhm.
I still remember in my mum's Toyota Land Cruiser that she bought, the ex-owner left a Keith Urban CD.
Okay.
So coming home from school, that was my introduction into country, was we just listened to this Keith Urban CD when I was in like year 5 or 6. And I didn't start out making country music. I was making kind of like surf rock music, if you can't tell by my hair. But, I felt like my songwriting lent to my roots, and that was country and folk
Yeah.
music. So, it feels natural, and it feels like me to kind of come full circle.
So, what's life on the road like for you?
It's been incredible. So I spent the first couple of years out of high school. I decked out a van with my dad, and I moved up north to a little town called Byron Bay. And I lived out of a van for 5 years, touring and busking. And then I've been lucky
You
enough
were in a
to-
van down by the river.
I was in a van down by the river, by the beach. I'd surf every day.
Way to go.
And now I'm in
bud.
landlocked Nashville.
Right. Yes, you are.
How does
But,
it feel to be here?
It's great. I've had such a great experience with the US over the past year, especially. I've been out on the road with Max McNown. I've just completed my first ever US headline tour, and the people here are so kind. And the people here just love music, and I love people
Yes.
that love music. So, yeah.
So, if you could collaborate with any artist, who would be your top 3 choices?
Chris Stapleton would have to be up there, but I also don't know if I'd want to sing on the same track as Chris Stapleton, because I feel like he just
Yeah.
blows everyone out of the water. Gregory Alan Isakov is another artist a folk artist that I really look up to.
Okay.
would be awesome. And I guess my third choice would be like the Eagles.
Right?
Yeah, dude. I watched them play their farewell tour out here in Nashville just a couple of weeks ago, and like in their 70s, and those guys have still got it.
No, it's crazy. Back in November, Daisy and I were doing a charity event for an organization called the Wounded Blue, and Vince Gill was there. And so we sat there on the bus talking to Vince, and I'm like, "Oh, so I heard, so you got some gigs going on?" He's like, "Yeah, I got doing a side hustle with a band called the Eagles."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Side hustle,
just real nonchalant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal
He was
at all."
incredible, man. Like I've been a fan of Vince for a while, but seeing him with the Eagles, it felt like he was like just such a perfect fit. Like,
right?
Yeah, not many people can match up to
it's hard.
Group,
it's hard.
Like, man, he sings those songs well.
I look forward to seeing their show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So anyway, so what's on the journey for you moving forward?
Yeah, so I mean, after CMA Fest, I got a couple of sort of big calendar Australian festivals coming up. But yeah, my plan is I'm kind of like based in Nashville for at least the rest of the year.
Oh,
I'm really planning to move here long term, like as long as my visa will last. But yeah, I got a record coming out in early 2027, which is really exciting. My debut record. So yeah, just rolling out singles from that and just doing a lot of songwriting at the moment.
What's motivating you with the song choices for that new album?
Well, I mean, being my debut record, I wanted it to be a kind of reflection of who I have been up until now. And I wanted something to represent who I am. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a theme album of such, but just it's a lot of little different pieces of who I am in my life. So I got all of my friends together in the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, and we spent 5 days in an Airbnb writing a record, and it's come out. And, you know, I hear so much of my friends in it, and it makes me happy. And making music that I enjoy listening to, and, you know, that I feel like I've taken little pieces of every influence that I've ever had. It just feels real special.
Now that you're in the United States, what part of besides Nashville, what part of the United States are you like, okay, I'm going to go there next?
It's interesting. I love, like, there's a few places I want to check out. Like, I haven't been to Montana. I'd love to get up to Montana. But
beautiful up there.
On my US tour, me, my partner, and my two parents actually come over as well. And we hired 2 RVs and we road tripped from LA across to New York on my tour. And we just adored Utah, Arizona, Colorado. Like, the Rocky Mountains there were just so gorgeous.
You have to visit Wyoming, Yellowstone Park, and Montana.
Yeah, that's the plan. I love that place. But
beautiful.
Boulder, Colorado is beautiful. I don't know if you guys have been there, but played a show out there with Max last year, and I was just blown away. I was like, it's like this little college town in the mountains. I was like, you guys have got it all. It reminds me of New Zealand. It's awesome.
Right?
Yeah,
exactly.
So good.
So anyways, so Austin Mackay, thank you for coming by and taking a few minutes to talk to us. And where can everybody find you on your socials? You
can find me on Spotify or other streaming platforms under Austin Mackay. That is Mackay. And you can find me under @Austin Mackay Music on all social media platforms.
Alrighty. Broadcasting live. We are here at the Music City Center in Nashville. It is CMA Fest 2026. We're talking to a bunch of great musicians here, and you keep on watching because we've got more to come. It is the Roger the Wild Child Show.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.